Hello my friends. Today we're going to make a face mask. And, uh, and here's what we're going to need. 2 pieces of elastic, about a 1/4 inch wide or less, 9 3/4 inches long. The cotton fabric used as heavy a thread count as you can find. We cut 2 pieces, 2.5 by 4 inches long. The main body 7.5 inches by 15 inches, and a piece of non-woven interfacing 7.5 by 15 inches, and a pin to draw the elastic through the casing. Lay your fabric face down on your mat, and then put the interfacing shiny side down to the back of the fabric and iron it on. Next, we're going to take the piece and fold it right sides together, and we're going to mark 1.5 inches and a 1/4 inch in on each side. An 1.5 inches in from the edge and a 1/4 inch in from the top. And we're going to take this now to the sewing machine and stitch here and here, back stitching at each end. I like to start with a leader fabric because sometimes my machine likes to eat the start of the fabric. So stitch. So here we go. A couple stitches forward and do a back stitch, and forward. I set my machine to stop with needle down. And do a couple back stitches. Okay, lift the presser foot and draw it up to the start of the other strip. Do a couple back stitches and stitch down to the end. And back stitch. And cut the thread. Our next step is to take and fold it in half, roughly, like so. And we're going to finger press the seam open here. And give it a press. There we go. And then we fold it to this point. And I'll put a clip on each end here. Wonder clips work great. If you don't have wonder clips, these little bulldog clips from the stationery store work. There. Now we're going to the sewing machine again, and we're going to put a pipe cleaner in here. Whoops, I made a boo-boo. Made a boo-boo. Glad I'm not the only one that does that. We're going to turn it right side out first. Okay. Now we're going to sew a top stitch on the back at 1/4 of an inch from the seam. Just take your time, go slow. Excuse me, that's 1/8 of an inch from the seam, not 1/4 inch. Right down to the end. Lift the foot with the needle down, sew a couple of stitches to get across to the other side of the seam. This is quite a thick interfacing, it makes it a little stiff to turn it. But that's what we're going to do anyway. Use a stiletto if you need to get it in there. And we're across. Now we're going to go back down the other side. Changed batteries and now we're back at business again. Down to the end and cut the thread. Okay, here's where we fold it in half here. And we'll get a pipe cleaner. Half a length of pipe cleaner. Don't use your fabric scissors to cut it. There we go. And we can take and twist the ends a little bit here. And flatten them. There we go. And you want to, oh, get my clips. There's folded down to about half an inch. And we want to keep that end open to stitch on. You see, magic clip magic clips works really well, but if you don't have them, these little small bulldog clips from the stationery store work. And I tuck this pipe cleaner up in the middle. This is to make the bridge for over your nose. And try to center it out in the center. You can pretty much feel where it is. Yeah, that's close. Okay, now we're going to stitch down. First I'm going to move my needle over. If you don't have a machine that does that, you want to change to your zipper foot and stitch along underneath the wire. You definitely don't want to catch the wire. And cut the thread. Okay, now we flatten it out. There's the bottom, and turn it over and find your middle point there, and we'll put a clip on the middle point on each side. There. And about halfway between there and the bottom, make another fold. Can get awkward. And fold it down. And I need some clips again. Okay. And put a clip there, and a clip down at the other end. That center one could go up a little bit, I think. There. And there. Okay. There. You do want to do this from the starting at the bottom, from with the front of the mask up. And you put a third little clip on. There. To match up there. There. Yep. And there. There we go. And it's, oh, you want to finish it with about a 3-inch width. Very close. I'm going to take it down a little bit more. And now I'm going to stitch down the side. Oops, lift your needle. Move that needle back over again. And stitch down. Thread. And on the other side. And cut the thread. Excuse me. Next, we're going to go and get the casing pieces. First, we're going to trim off these tail end drag threads, just to be neat. Okay, now we take the casing and we put it good side down along the edge, and we're going to wrap the corners around and put a clip, and wrap the corner around and put a clip on this end too. And the same on the other side. Oh, doo-doo. I put it on the wrong side. You want to put it on the front side. Sorry about that. I'm glad I'm not the only one that makes mistakes. but it's good to catch them in time. Okay. You can tell the backside because that's where your little pocket is, where you can put an extra filter liner in there if you want to. And now go back to the sewing machine and we stitch this down. Start with a little back stitch, and we're stitching it at about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. Take the back stitch off and go forward. Go slow. It's a lot of layers to go through there. And the back stitch. And cut the thread. And now we'll do the same on the other side. Start with a little back stitch and go forward. And like I said, go slow. And back stitch. And cut the thread. And do the trim off your little tails. Now you bring these pieces out and fold them down and fold the tip down to about halfway to the edge there, and then up and cover the edge. It's covering the edge by a 1/3 of an inch. And now you turn it to the front and you can stitch in the ditch down the front. And with a little back stitch again and cut the thread. And there you see, you can And do the same with the other side. Fold it down about halfway to the edge and fold it down again to just cover the stitch line. I put a little clip to hold it. And then stitch in the ditch. And cut the thread. Okay, next trim the threads off your tails. And this one didn't have much of a tail. Okay. Now it's time to put the elastic in this. Pin it into the end of the elastic and then thread it through your casing. Here you can stitch the two little ends together, or you can just tie them in a knot. And pull the knot tight. And then pull it back so the knot's back buried into the casing. There we go. There, the knot is right there. Okay, and then we do the same thing for the other side. This one's a little tight in there. I wonder if the pin popped open. It did. No wonder she's tight. There. Try again. Maybe from this side. There. That's working. Now she's working. There she comes. It seems elastic is in short supply right now. I stole my elastic out of a fitted sheet that I had. I get sheets at the nearly new store to use for fabric because I live in Dauphin and it's hard to get fabric here. We have a new fabric store and she's doing good, but she's still starting out. Don't pull this all the way through, girl. There's the knot inside. There. And there we have it. Mind you, these aren't going to 100% protect you from getting the virus, but it helps. And here's the back. You can open it up and put in an extra filter if you like. What can you use for filters? Vacuum cleaner bag cut up, coffee filters, anything non-woven. And there's the pieces goes behind your ears, and there you are. Thank you for watching, and please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you get any value out of what I've done. And goodbye for now.